Guys, deluded Gunnar, Gareth Bale. I mean, I've been meaning to make this video for a while. Right? Obviously, he played for Tottenham and whatnot, but I really like Gareth Bale. I think he's one of the best. He definitely can be talked about as obviously not Messi, Ronaldo, and them levels. But when you're talking top tier players, he's definitely in with a shout. On top of that, I admire him. He came from a long way from being this skinny left back who was just good at free kicks. He scored a great free kick at the Lane versus us in the game. Adebayor scored whatever year it was. I think it's 2007. And yeah, he was on the verge of basically being sold or whatever to Forest by Spurs, and coincidence and luck, and we're here today where he is. He's done what he did for Spurs and he's at Madrid. And we all know he went for basically 80 something to 100 plus million more than Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo, I've been saying it, the only guy who was actually worth the fee. Arguably, you could even look back now and say that maybe Manchester United should have demanded more money, because you look at it, Ronaldo, there's a case for he's declined and there's a case for he's actually improved more than he was at United. But more to Bale. I mean, I find myself in a weird position because someone that's played 150 games, 67 goals, 51 assists, shouldn't be called, shouldn't have their time at a club classed as half full, half empty. I say this because, firstly, he's done great. Remember the first year he killed Bartra in the Copa del Rey. He's turned up in some big games, but the one disappointment for me with Bale is he could have done more in big games in Spain. And yeah, and another reason he's been in he's won three Champions Leagues in 4 years. But the cameo thing in Cardiff must have hurt him. If it did go to plan and he was that main player that he arrived to Madrid for, the guy that was meant to push Ronaldo, that was meant to excel Ronaldo, that was meant to take over from Ronaldo, and things of that nature, I'm pretty sure he couldn't have saw in the future that he'd have a cameo role in Cardiff. And although they won the Champions League and things like that, it must have hurt him. It must have hurt him in his hometown in Wales, after being a hero for them at the Euros last year or whenever. It must have hurt him playing out 50 minutes, whoever he played. So yeah, Bale is a great player, but can you really say he on quality basis? Of course, he makes the starting lineup, but can you really say Madrid depend on him like that? I don't know, because, and another thing that it does annoy me as well is you have to be we know Bale's a shy person. I've met Bale in person. I've got a picture. That's all it was. But even asking him for that picture, you could see he was shy and intimidating. And if you didn't know it was Bale, you wouldn't think he was a footballer. He's very humble. Sadly, at Madrid, that's not how you can behave, because being a good footballer is the only isn't the only thing. Sorry for stammering there, guys. Isn't the only thing that is needed to be at Madrid. You need bravado, you need ego. You've long heard stories from the days of the original Galacticos to now, talking of fractions in the dressing rooms, and everybody wanting to be one. If you be themselves and be all about them. If you want to be one for the collective, you should have went to Barcelona. Madrid, it's all stars, it's all what you want to do. Bale is humble. Like he said, like I said earlier, the talk of replacing Ronaldo, etc., etc. Ronaldo's bound to, I don't want to say intimidated, but I have to for the purpose of this. And it did look like a bit that, to me, that things were going on behind the scenes, and Bale did have to kind of play up to Ronaldo and make out that he is just an assistant, a backup dancer. He isn't trying to take his spot. And it did take Bale a few years, in my opinion, to grow wings. I say that as well because now, in the early days as well, I did used to see it. It's like, we know Bale he can play on the right, but he really excels through the middle. He excels on the right, but he really excels playing through the middle in a free-ish kind of role, or even up top, or even on the left. Yeah, like I said, he can do very well on the right, cutting in and things like that. But at Madrid, he found himself marginalised on the right, not in the central areas where he can affect the game or score goals and things like that. Because typically Ronaldo was there. It looked like he had a real reluctance to get into them areas. Similar to Alexis Sanchez. If you go and look at a lot of Alexis Sanchez's games for Barcelona, there was an away game. I wish I could remember it, because it'd be the best one for you lot to watch it. He got in terrific amount of space. All of these things I'm talking about Bale, but he just wouldn't get the ball because Messi is the hub of it and all of them sort of things. So yeah, in that regard, Ronaldo has the freedom of the city, the key to the town. It took, like I said, it took him 1 or 2 years to grow a pair of balls, and it is half full, half empty, because I mean, he's won everything and more that he possibly couldn't have dreamed of winning at Spurs. Champions League, league title. I mean, a league title. Champions League 3 times in 4 years, including retaining it. He's made history, and he was a quote-unquote Madrid fan by his own words when he was a youth. So he's bound to have thingied it, loved it up and loved his time at Madrid. But if I'm looking at, for me, if I was Bale, like I said, if he thinks he's been a success, fair enough, and he has been, I'd look at it as that I've achieved stuff that I couldn't win at my previous club. I've won games, I've won trophies. But have I really been that main player, that person that they call upon, that person that becomes a household name, a fixture in the thingies, in the starting lineup? And when I say fixture, I mean someone that they rely on. When you say Barcelona, you think Lionel Messi. When you think Madrid, you think Cristiano Ronaldo, Sergio Ramos. You need to think Bale. That doesn't really happen. So yeah, the guy is crazy, man. He's had injuries as well, man. He's been very unlucky with injuries. If it's not calf, it's ankle, and then it's muscle and things like that. 2015-16 calf or muscles, still managed 19 goals, 15 assists. 2016-17 hip, ankle, calf, all sorts of injuries, 9 goals, 5 assists in 27. 13-14, 44 assists, relatively injury free. Did have some injury problems, but relatively injury free. 44 appearances, sorry. 22 goals, 19 assists. Are you crazy? This shows you how mad Bale is. Bale, if it was up to me, you'd be playing for Arsenal in the Premier League. There's talk of United, and United do have the money to go and get him, and they are crying out for a real old school, take you on sort of winger sort of player. So you'd like to think the rumours, if he ever was to leave Madrid, would come up. There's even talk of Zidane selling him to PSG. I think Zidane does like him, but I do think Zidane has more preferences. So it's up to Bale. He's 27. There's a World Cup next year. Of course, he'll go to it. But for me, I want to see him back firing. He needs to get back, man. For me. It clearly is half empty, half full sort of thing in regards to his Madrid career, man. Because can he have done more in a playing wise in like big games and stuff? Of course. Could he have asserted himself a bit more at Madrid? Of course. Has he been a success? Yes. Has he been a failure? No. But there's also cases for failure and success, depending on what you personally, through your lens, deem as success and failure. He has been a success trophy wise and things like that, and he has been a success on the personal front. But for me, I'd look at it as, yeah, I've achieved that and I've been a relatively decent player, but I haven't been the household name, the heir to Ronaldo, the person to take on Ronaldo, the person that they could be like, Ronaldo, okay, we'll sell you, I'm here. Because you were meant to be that, and on top of that, the marketing, all stuff that was meant to come in via being that person. But yeah, man, Bale, I hope you get back to it, man. 2017-18 season, I hope you get back to it, whatever club you're at. You're a player I very do like. It's a shame you played for Spurs, but yeah, you are a great player, cap for club and country. But yeah, guys, Deluded Gooner, I'm signing out. Not to waffle. Subscribe, comment. You guys know.